What was the greatest challenge in leaving academia after earning your PhD to work in client services as a McKinsey management consultant?
The explicit deal with McKinsey at the time was that they would take people with non-traditional backgrounds and train them in business, and that transition from being an academic who was interested in the right answer, really at a 95% confidence interval, was was it was hard to understand that in the business world the confidence intervals are lower.
Right.
The world is dirtier, right? I mean, you spend a lot of time as an academic, especially I was an experimentalist, right? So you spend a lot of time designing experiments that cleanly test something. In the business world, you have guesses, hopefully you have hypotheses. Sometimes you have data that may lead to a direction, but the ambiguity there, right?
Yeah.
So your tolerance, you need to be able to tolerate ambiguity is much greater, and McKinsey really, because they had seen a lot of people like me,
Yeah.
knew that, and I think actually gave really a nice foundation to make that transition.
Mm-hmm. While at McKinsey, how did your peers shape your progression?
So it's really hard work. I mean, we worked very, very hard. So if you could not really do it in an environment that was not collegial, right? It would be, I mean, I guess you could. I'm sure that there are environments where it is not, and you work 60, 70, 80 hours a week and it is not collegial. That would have been, I would not have lasted. So like you really do look on each other for support, for in some ways just understanding the experience, right? Mm-hmm. It's a very singular experience to go through one of those high performance, high demanding jobs, right? Like investment banking, Goldman Sachs, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So if you didn't have your peers to kind of talk through what was going on and help you make sense of what was happening to you, I think it would have been very challenging. I mean, really, even more than it was. The other thing was, you really had a desire to keep up with the pack, right? In some ways, you were motivated to perform because your peers were performing. So there was just a lot of effort in just keeping up, right? Which sounds like a little weird, right? It's not like the kind of self-actualized thing that you want to do, but that's the reality of it. Like
yeah.
that there was some self-comparative stuff. So I wouldn't say that that we were all too new to it to really be leaders. We really were focused on just our own individuals' performances and to help each other through the experience. Probably a lot like law school,
right.
I would guess.
Yeah.